This video is not meant to be taken seriously, and its intent is humorous, so things have been distorted and exaggerated to hopefully make them funnier. I do not condone or promote the use of drugs or speed glue. It's just supposed to be a funny video that serious table tennis players can appreciate, so my apologies if it offends. Welcome to Sports Interrogation. Tonight we have a special edition of crazy comparisons for your viewing pleasure. Over to you, Lucy.
Thanks, Paul. As regular viewers would already know, in crazy comparisons we take one sport and one industry and look at the strange similarities between the two. Our subjects for comparison tonight are the sport of table tennis versus the illegal drug trade.
Wow, that does sound pretty crazy, Lucy.
That's right, Paul. You would think that the wholesome pastime of ping-pong couldn't be further away from the seedy, sinister world of illegal drug trafficking. But when we started to investigate, we discovered a number of troubling similarities between the two. Coincidence? Conspiracy? Or just crazy? Let's get on with the show and you viewers can decide for yourselves.
We have a member of the illegal drug trade standing by in a secret studio location. And of course he has requested anonymity, under the code name Lance.
Interestingly enough, the representative for table tennis has also requested anonymity, under the code name Eve.
As in previous episodes of Crazy Comparisons, we will let the industry representative speak first, and then provide the sporting comparison.
Let's cross to our secret studio location. Lance? Eve? Are you with us?
Hearing you loud and clear, Lucy.
Nice to be here, Paul.
Let's begin with a little bit of general information. Lance, can you start us off?
In the drug trade, we call our drugs gear, research new drugs in laboratories, manufacture them in factories, and sell them via dealers.
In table tennis, we call our equipment gear, research new equipment in laboratories, manufacture them in factories, and sell them via dealers.
Our customers won't publicly admit that they use drugs.
Our players won't publicly admit that they play the sport.
We have many more recreational drug users than hard drug users. Most recreational users don't get hooked on hard drugs.
We have many more recreational players than serious players. Most recreational players don't get hooked on serious table tennis.
Clients who can't stop buying new gear are called junkies.
Players who can't stop buying new gear are called equipment junkies.
We sell our products at inflated prices, but our customers are still desperate to buy them anyway.
Our manufacturers often sell their products at inflated prices, but their fans are still desperate to buy them anyway.
We often target schools for new customers.
We often target schools for new players.
In drugs we have special terminology, such as hit, crack, smack, speed, joints and baggies.
In table tennis we have special terminology, such as hit, crack, smack, speed glue, points and sandbaggers.
That's enough general background. Can you give us some information about your products? No problem, Paul. Using illegal drugs make you feel good and all-powerful, but when the drugs wear off, you need another dose.
Using boosters and tuners makes your rubber feel good and all-powerful, but when the booster wears off, you need another dose.
There are many legal drugs, such as alcohol and nicotine, that are possibly worse than some of the banned drugs, like marijuana.
There are many legal factory tuners that are possibly worse than some of our banned boosters, like paraffin oil.
The government banned many drugs for health reasons.
The ITTF banned speed glues and boosters for health reasons.
Many of the drugs that are illegal today were legal long ago, and could be bought over the counter.
Many of the speed glues and boosters that are illegal today were legal long ago, and could be bought over the counter from a bicycle repair shop.
There are new, more powerful versions of drugs coming out all the time. This is dangerous for people's health.
There are new, more powerful versions of rubbers and blades coming out all the time. This is dangerous for the sport's health.
Now that we understand your products better, let's move on to the topic of law enforcement. What do you have to say about that, Lance?
There aren't enough police and DEA people to enforce the laws properly and stamp out illegal drugs.
There aren't enough umpires to enforce the laws properly and stamp out illegal serves.
Many people feel that the government is losing the war on drugs and is unable to enforce the current laws. They are calling for the laws to be changed to something more sensible.
Many of our players feel that the ITTF is losing the war on boosters and tuners, and is unable to enforce the current laws. They are calling for the laws to be changed to something more sensible.
Authorities often turn a blind eye to drug usage by celebrities.
The ITTF often turns a blind eye to boosting by professionals.
Sounds like everybody's a loser here. Let's close off the show with some discussion on the topic of distributing your products. Take it away, Lance. We strictly enforce different prices in different locations, and don't allow dealers to sell in another dealer's territory.
Some of our manufacturers strictly enforce different prices in different locations, and don't allow dealers to sell in another dealer's territory.
We often have rival gang wars with deadly shootouts.
We often have brand wars between manufacturers, and some pretty hurtful comments are made.
The Chinese make many of the illegal drugs, and the triads control much of the drug trade.
The Chinese make much of our equipment, and their teams dominate the sport at professional level.
There are backyard drug labs everywhere, counterfeit drugs all around, and only celebrities get the really good stuff.
There are players boosting with baby oil in their backyards everywhere, counterfeit equipment all around, and only pros get the really good stuff.
Thanks for watching tonight's crazy comparison between the illegal drug trade and table tennis. What do you think, viewers? Coincidence or conspiracy? As per usual, we'll leave the final say up to you, the audience. You can voice your opinion using the hashtag #SpinOutSpeed.
That's all from the team here at Sports Interrogation. And remember, boys and girls, whether it is illegal drugs or boosting in table tennis, just say no.